This is the demo version that has just been updated. The current goal the devs have with me being sponsored to play this game, as I'm being sponsored, so full disclosure, is they are trying to aim to have people wishlist the game and all that kind of good stuff. But we pop in here, we're going to do the first thing we typically do, which is check for like accessibility settings and all that. I wouldn't expect to see much. This is a demo version pre-release, so that's usually pretty limited on that. So we do have a button map. That's obviously going to be a thing at some point. That button's grayed out, I can't use it. So that's coming. We do have multiple language support, which also doesn't do anything yet, so it's not really there, but they are intending to have multiple language support. I don't know what the code redemption about is, so whatever. And also, actually, wait, is this? Hang on. This game might be out. 1 second. Stop playing. Oh, it's releasing in 2 days. It's interesting that they gave a demo out when they're releasing in 2 days. I believe this is the demo version. So they are releasing in like 2 days or whatever. So we're playing the demo version, but in 2 days it'll be available. So you can wishlist it and then be able to pick it up for real purchase in 2 days. Now, one of the interesting things they've included is they have Twitch integration. We are doing dare drops, and the only dare drop I have this time is, I don't remember what the number of them was. How many of you do I have to kill? Oh yeah, so I'll need 10 viewers at some point to become raccoons, and I will need to kill the raccoons. So if you ever wanted to die on stream, I mean, we're not playing Rual today, but it's a thing. So I do have it where you can spawn in. I went ahead and turned this on. It did default to 15 seconds. I went ahead and set it to 20 to give a little bit more time. It only goes up to 30. So if you want to do the roguelite things, you're going to have to kind of keep an eye on it. It's going to be a very fast turnaround. I don't really have the ability to make it really that long. So there's that. So not a lot of accessibility stuff yet. But again, this is the demo, not the fully released version that's coming out in 2 days. So we'll see what's there. With that said, let's go ahead and jump into the game. I will say I've been enjoying the music. Yeah, this is where I said it gave me very Cult of the Lamb vibes, like the 2D flat character on a 3D world. Oh, it's you. I'm glad you're still here. The town is in ruins after the attack. Most of the folks either fled or, well, they're gone. But we can't give up. We must rebuild. And that starts with food. You're the only farmer left. If anyone can bring life back to this place, it's you. Please, gather what you can, crops, supplies, anything to keep this town going. The town's survival depends on it. Thank you for your help, kind one. Please speak to Gerald, the local shopkeeper. He's one of the few left in town. He needs your support the most. Alright. Oh, bother. No customers for days. Where's everybody gone? And my shop? It's ruined. And barely have the strength to give a few repairs. What's that? You want to help? Oh gosh, jolly. Gee whiz and bewillikers. That makes my old bones jump with joy. You're supposed to be old? Okay. Oh, farmer. I'm no expert in growing, only sell. If we work together, we could rebuild my store and everyone's homes. Just need 15 scrumptious crop tokens. That's all we need to repair my shop together. So one thing, don't grab the camera and move it. Rebuild the home, scrumptious tokens. So we have that. So get 15 crop tokens. Alright. I'm assuming by context, by the fact that it zoomed the camera here, I walk this way. Would you like to try out the tutorial? Yes. Who's supposed to be old, has a mustache. Place crops in your hall and protect it from the Trash Panda posse as they attempt to steal your crops at night. If you run out of crops in the hall, you lose. Morning. Plant, harvest, and explore the map and prepare the following night phase. Hold space to advance to night when ready. Protect your hull by relying on your towers and using weapons you found. Growing crops and planting seeds and watering daily. They can be sold for currency, eaten, or placed in the hull. Hold left click with the crop in hand, eat it, regaining health. Towers are plants or structures that either defend from enemies or give support to the surrounding garden. Okay, so we've got kind of the Cult of the Lamb kind of fighting thing. There's a little bit of a tower defense side of things. And there's a roguelite side of things as well. So that's an interesting combination. Survive as many nights as you can, have fun. Alright, so there's our hull. So... only plant in the designated area. Harvest berries by walking over them with the right mouse button. Let's put those strawberries into the hull. Okay. Tire placement. Grab a handy sprinkler and place between those strawberries over there. Okay. Some plants will grow as you water them. Others will need a little push. Walk over your sprinkler and power flower to upgrade them. Okay, so it takes some units, I guess. Yes, that takes money. I don't know where the money came from, but it takes it. Night phase. You're ready to take on some raccoons. Start the night and defend your farm. Press spacebar to do. Okay. And thank you, Elder Druid, for the 205 stream streak. I do appreciate it. Okay. So it's a push and hold, that way you don't accidentally do it. Oh, so he just murdered the living crap out of those raccoons. Fair enough. Alright. So, we have the roguelite mechanics. So we have Bite Back, which is a passive common. Enemies defeated while eating explode, dealing extra damage to nearby enemies. Grass Blade, a revolving blade that rotates around you and deals 15 damage to enemies. Invisible Return, crops cannot be stolen or eaten when they're in the middle of return. Okay. So we got a survivors-like mechanic there. As your pockets fill up, don't forget to check your backpack for additional space. Press E to open your backpack. Okay. Healing. To heal, simply eat any delicious crops you pick. I didn't get hurt. I didn't get hurt. Okay, I guess I'll eat anyways. Oh, right, I have to actually do the thing. Okay, so eating takes a while. Gerald Shop. Come to browse your wares you have useful for the adventures. Okay, so you can buy defenses, you can buy weapons, and you can buy seeds. A seed that grows after 6 days. Watermelons slow enemies actively carrying them. Interesting. That button probably needs to be a different color. It's hard to tell that that's actually... a thing to go. All right. And I appreciate that doesn't look like I have to refill that. Alright, could I cut down trees? No. You've got the big E button on my screen. Oh, there's a sell button. Tuna can. I see. Okay. So it's teaching us game mechanics, and I'm just really bad at it. You have learned all I can teach you. Head back to town to start your adventures. Okay, so that's just the tutorial. Which they gave us the little coins. Let's see here if the Twitch integration... So Twitch integration should be on. I believe it'll be a channel redeem to bring in raccoons. I have no idea how that works. Okay, so I cannot rebuild the home yet. So I guess now we go right back out and we do that again, but this time for real. Gotcha, so we have easy, medium, and difficult. So we're going to start with easy. We don't have modifiers available in the demo yet. Okay, and if we run around, do we find anything? Oh, I actually have a tower already. It might. We'll have to see. Oh, you're here. I didn't actually expect you to be here right now. Okay, and this time, that actually costs money. Alright, so it looks like we got a pretty big play area. It does mention cutting the grass. Yeah, so it looks like there's not much to find immediately around. Oh, no, I take that back. Stink bombs. Giant stink bomb. That appears to be the actual edge of the map now. Weirdly, I can't walk over here. I guess it's areas where the trees are denser, the off-limits areas. Yeah, I wish the boundary was a little bit clearer. Yeah, no, we'll check when it hits night. Because the other thing, actually, let me go ahead and try this real fast. Let's go options. Enable Twitch integration. Okay, it's turned off. Options. Enable Twitch integration. Activate. Authorize. Okay, so it should be on. Okay. So maybe, maybe not it shows up. Yeah, so I mentioned exploring, so there's not a whole lot to look like at... Yeah, no, it's not a command, it's a channel redemption. So it'd be like what you'd use points on and that kind of thing. Yeah, no, I'm just getting ahead of it before a whole bunch of people start hitting, you know, typing it in. Alright. But as I said before, yeah, no, I don't know. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I won't fret it. Alright, you gotta go sell tab. They give us garbage for money. Okay. So we need to sell 10 items. With low health left, we need to eat a crop. We need to right-click near a crop or tower to view its stats. Okay, small watermelon. We have one watermelon that's in stage 2 out there. You can also choose to uproot it. Reach 20 crops in the hall. Alright, so that means we just go on to the next day. May requires a value more than 0. We could check. I doubt it. Say 10 channel points. Viewers cooldown for redeeming in seconds. So it'll take me more than a minute to do that. Code redemption. I still don't know what that means. That's fine. It's alright. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We won't fret it. Oh, wait. There it goes. It just needed points. Alright, so if you want to be murdered tonight, you just got to go ahead and do the channel redeem. It's only 10 points. And then you, too, can be murdered as you try to assault my, my gradually growing garden. Every 3 minutes? You know, about 1 minute between waves. Oh wait, is it every 3 minutes for anyone? Or is it any 3 minutes per person? Because I only saw the one... Alright, let me go in and check that setting again. Only once per 3 minutes? Viewers cooldown for redeeming the reward in seconds. Alright, I changed it to just 10 seconds. Yeah, it should be per person. So I'll give it a minute to see if anyone else is able to redeem it, or does it say 3 minutes in general? Okay, so it's definitely not 3 minutes. Alright. So I don't think we're gonna get more than 4 tonight. Looks like it's global still. Yeah, that's fine. There's only gonna be like 3 or 4 raccoons today, I suspect. There's Rual. We got Chrome Wolf. Congratulations on your death. We got Brown Zelf. Congratulations on your death. Pinwheel. A stylish weapon shoots 4 projectiles when defeating an enemy with a pinwheel. Well, it's more damage than what I already have. So I'll sell you and you. A rusty wand. An old rusty wand, it's lost its sheen, but it still works, kind of. Well, the pinwheel does way more damage, so we'll sell that as well. And I've actually got a little bit more money. Alright. Oh, you only do a plus sign. I see. That's important information in the future. Symbiotic relationship. Special placements of towers and crops have relationships granting special abilities. Discover more as you play, unlock new towers. So let's wait till we get 15 coins and all that stuff. Let's move you there, I guess. All right. There's Pagey Cakes, an Elder Druid, an Apple Lords. So that should be 7 of that. 7 of you I've killed so far. Oh, I didn't plant my seeds from yesterday. Alright. An opera is messing with Edge, it worked? Gotcha. I was only come to get into Strawberry for your starving child. What about my starving child? Did you ever think about that? My theoretical starving child. Alright, we can go here. Oh, there's blueberries up here. I'm assuming those blueberries? I thought that was something up there. So... I don't really understand, but okay. Yeah, I wonder if I killed people who are about to show up the next wave, or that's just... they chill there, and... you know, if you don't deal with them, you get more. I have no idea how that works. That's all stuff you'd figure out by playing a couple of rounds. Potting pot. Can be used to move a plant. Interesting. So when we kill the next named raccoon, if I get someone to clip when we do that. I appreciate that the raccoons drop trash as the big thing they give. Okay, so Stink Bomb gives you no money. That gives you a little bit of money. Yeah, strawberries seem to be really good cash because they are noble. Not gonna lie, you did not expect it to into Rual murdering chat. Sometimes chat just needs to be put in their place. Alright. And so quickly, too. Oh. Abe is and Elder Druid are both new types of raccoons. The dense forest retreats. What does that mean? Alright, pinwheel. A stylish weapon shoots forward projectiles. I already have the pinwheel physically in my hands. Grass blade, revolving blades that do 15 damage to enemies. Watermelon seeds ×3. I'm gonna get the... Oh, you get to vote. I don't know how you vote. I guess 1, 2, 3 maybe? Never mind. Oh, it showed a poll at the top of the screen. Yeah, so for the record, it showed a poll at the top of the screen. It is unfortunate that the poll is super fast. I'll try to make it as long as it can, but 30 seconds is the cap. So it is, you gotta be on, like, ready to do the poll. Like, it does not give you time. I can only make it 30 seconds, I can't make it longer. So that's where Twitch integration, you know, it's I think that had to like preemptively do it kind of thing. Like, hey, there's going to be a pull. You know, start working on it kind of thing. Okay, we could go ahead and sell the apple core in this. Meanwhile, I have 26. Upgrades are locked. And I still have 15 to go. Because the strawberries seem to be the only one I plant, and I keep getting the money back for them. Alright. Okay. So we have Bite Back. Enemies defeated while eating explode, dealing 5 damage to nearby enemies. They don't seem nearly enough to make that worthwhile. TMN Boost. Increases the radius of attack damage of TMN by 50%. I'm assuming that's a plant. Tower damage boost and tower range boost. Grass blades deal an additional 10 damage. Blade side circle radius increased by 10%. Increases the spin speed by 15%. Oh, right. Okay, you all voted for it. Cool. I forgot that it was a Twitch integration thing, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna choose this one, of course. This is the right decision. So let's go over here. Looks like I got more berries. I got you. Broken Sword. Has a chance to apply wound, dealing damage over time. I do like damage over time effects, but for an up-close melee weapon, I'm not sure how useful that is. Hey, Gandalf, how's it going? I do appreciate that the grass cutting things, or the grass blades or whatever. I should not mess with that. Oh, okay. I see. I understand. Okay, so if I get knocked out, they take half my money. I understand. I'm feeling a lot less confident on this next wave. Because those dudes hurt. I'm gonna switch over to range. All right. seeds. I don't know what that was I just got, but it went over here. Yeah, there's a shift. It's not very much. Yeah, those dudes are gnarly. Okay. Alright, so Slim Hull, decrease the amount of space the hull takes up. Sprinkler waters 4 adjacent tiles. Invisible return, crops cannot be stolen or eaten when they return their mid-return. And deal 25% extra damage for those who do it. So you got a really fast vote. You got to do it really, really quick. So it's 2 sprinklers. I don't really get Slim Hull. Like, the decrease the amount of time it takes. So invisible return is what you went with. Oh, it looks like I still click the button. That's fine. It's a little weird that it doesn't auto-commit, but that's fine. Okay. The crops within the hull are the life points of your garden. Protect the crops from being stolen by the trash pandas. The number in your HUD represents the total amount of crops inside your hull. Only crops placed here. At least 1 crop would go there. Yeah, so I don't know, like... I was curious if at some point I should be, like, backing off kind of thing. There we go. Alright, so we got Invisible Return 2, which does extra damage. 15 carrot coins, which I believe are the meta progression. Or another pinwheel, which is the weapon I got rid of because I wanted something ranged to be able to run around and shoot range stuff more. They don't know what... Oh, this is the upgrades we have. So you have 2 rounds of Great Blade Grass and then Invisible Return. I don't know if they combine or anything like that. But yeah, so I definitely see the curiosity. It seems like what I need to be doing is investing more on the tower defense-y side. So Invisible Return 2. And as I mentioned, can I get someone to clip when we have defeated one of the pandas that has a, or not pandas, the raccoons has a name, because that is for a dare drop for a copy of the game. So I can give that out. Like, it won't be given out today, I have to get the game from them, but you get the idea. They seem to have stolen a lot of our stuff. I'm not feeling too confident going into this wave. What was the clip for? Dare drop. To give a key out. But when we kill a raccoon that is got a viewer name, like we had to do 10, but we've already done well more than 10. I assume the bushes mean that the towers won't defend against them. Thank you. Alright, be vigilant, the raccoon stole all your crops. Alright, crops delivered, 0. Days completed, 8. Haul delivery bonus, 0. Score, 8. Enemies defeated, 15-7. Symbiotic types, 1. Towers and crops planted. Runtime, 24 minutes. Okay, so I missed the crops delivered, how we actually do that. Thank you so much, farmer. What a glorious day. Now that I have my shop up and running again, please visit me anytime. I'll have lots of seeds that you can purchase that will help you during your next adventure.
Oh.
Hello, farmer. How can I help you? Shop. Touch me not, sprinkler, sniper violent. A formidable tower with a long range attack. However, it has a slow attack speed. Its projectiles increase the damage as it upgrades. A beehive. A beehive is a supportive tower that boosts the speed of crops and towers planted nearby in an 8-tile radius. Wild Roads provides a layer of defense when bloomed. They apply a slow effect on enemies, a chance of applying Thorn effect that deals damage over time while stunning enemies. And Power Flower, when bloomed, the Power Flower shoots fireballs at enemies within a radius. Upgrading it makes it a larger attack radius and all that. And then we don't have more crops right now. So the beehive is quest locked, so I could get that. Before we do that, though... This is awful. Oh, somebody please help us. Oh, we can return to the mayor, I guess, to do the next thing. What's that? Gerald's Green is open again. That's great news. Here's a little something for your troubles. They gave us a beehive. If you visit Gerald's stall in your adventures, you'll now see he sells beehives. And farmer, I've got lots of new products around town to start tying things up. Talk to me when you're ready. Stab, stab, stab. Okay. Now that you repaired the shop, we could really use your help rebuilding the village. Please repair 3 homes. Thanks. You know the drill. Go gather crop tokens, rebuild the broken homes. Congratulations! You received a backpack expansion. Your inventory is increased by 4 tiles. Alright, so we need to go and murder more of chat. Well, I guess grow crops too. So, it doesn't tell me any information. I really wish the game would give me, like, what is the difference between easy and normal? Does it just speed up the rate things happen? Does, like, the things hit harder? Like, what's the actual, like, deal with that? Because I can't really make an informed decision with the limited information available. Okay, we can go to you. Chuck you in. Let's do a quick run around, see if we got any obvious berries or anything. Yeah, no, it's a bit weird that they're only giving me the demo. They're still sponsoring, but it is a weird and unusual choice to 2 days before release give us access to the demo only. I could understand them being like, oh hey, there's gonna be more added for the full game that we don't want to reveal. This doesn't feel like the kind of game that's necessarily relevant. It's not something that's like, oh, how dare they, yada yada, or anything like that. It's nothing that significant. But it is a weird choice. Okay, so you cannot place stink bombs or all that during the night. Oh. You didn't give me anything. That's mildly concerning. Is that the difference between easy and normal? Is that on normal, I don't just get, like, free garbage from the or the, raccoons? Oh, I just guess we go into the next night. Because that'd change a lot. There could be a drop chance change. Okay, so there's still some. But that does very heavily imply that I'm going to need to spend more, like, for the economy side of things. Alright. It's not a good start. Not a good start at all. Yeah, it might be there's like a limit on the backlog. So for those who missed, I actually ran out of stuff to be stolen. Already that early. Okay, so let's see. Can I sell the crops to you? For, like, extra income. Yeah, so they sell to you for 4. Carrots are worth a pretty penny. Alright, so that's basically what we have to do is we have to invest with those. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, and I still have 18, so let's put down some more seeds. Alright. So one thing I'm noticing... So the sprinklers do add a synergy that has benefits. But it doesn't seem that urgent. Alright. Okay. Yes, I don't have more crops to add. So I'm not entirely sure how we, send stuff back kind of deal. Oh. That's one thing I'm missing instruction-wise. I mentioned that these have, like, synergies. We don't see, like, an exit or whatever. We tried selling to you. So I'll just have to learn. Okay, the dense forest retreats. Maybe when the hull is full? Maybe. Alright, so we can get a carrot diamond, carrot sell for 25% more, a potting plant, which is lets me move plants, and the bite back, which is enemies defeated explode if they're eating food. So just have to do in your vote real quick. And we'll see how that all goes. And bite back is what we got. Would you survive the required waves? That would make sense. So the only problem with the pinwheels, it does shoot extra shots, but I never really got it to line up too much. Ooh, what are you? A twin one shoots 2 shots in a V thing. Hold left charge to power. Okay, that sounds way more interesting than what I've got, so sell all that. Okay, we upgraded you. And we can go to you. Oh, I still have 20? I thought I had less than 20. Gotcha. So I can't upgrade you. Nope. Let's go buy more seeds. I'm kind of viewing this as if I've got more money. Continue to buy crops. Okay, we got Slime Hull decreases the amount of space to hull takes up. Beehive Colony, a support tower, so it gives me a beehive or sprinkler. So you can be sprinklers, a beehive hull, or you can change, or sprinklers, the beehive colony, or you can change the size of the hall, which we don't really know what that means. Basically, item, passive item. And beehive colony. Okay, so put that here, I guess. So I'll support the most things in that spot. Only crops can be placed in your hall. At least one crop must be in your hall. Alright. So I think the strategy here is going to be actually don't keep that much in my hall. It does put me at risk of it, like, kind of being glass cannon-y. But if we then use all this money from our crops to expand our operation, that'll help out more. So you can go ahead and we'll grab 1, 2, 1, and a bunch more. You know, go over to this end. I'll plan the next set to be here. You'll have one there. And there. Alright. You don't see any blueberries or anything out and about. Alright. So we have a potting plant, a symbiotic reap. 50% chance to gain 1-2 symbiosis crystals every time you harvest crops. Or grass blade, which is the thing where I had the little thing circle around. So the symbiotic crystals, I believe, are what let us level up to get more of these. The potting plant just lets me move plants. It seems like the potting plant's like, okay, I could see that for rearranging. Not super worried about that one. Cool. Okay, we got passive bite. Makes them explode when I catch them with the berries. Or food boomerang. Throws a boomerang every 3 seconds in the direction of the mouse, dealing 25 damage. And invisible returns. Crops cannot be stolen or eating when they're mid-return to the hall and will deal damage to anyone who touches them during the return. So all of them are passives. And we got boomerang. It's extra damage, that's the big thing there. Gonna need to eat some of the food. Yes, I think I spend the first half of the waves scaling up. And then the second half of the waves just, you know, accumulating wealth. And I'm guessing by the fact it's been a little bit since we've had the redeems. Oh no, never mind. There's the redeems. I was about to say, it's like, I thought there had been a pause in redeems and someone had mentioned they were out of stock. So I was like, okay, maybe we hit a limit. But nah, people are redeeming it. Alright. As a reminder, this is the demo version. The game itself comes out in 2 days. More plants and all that. Even more plants. So I see it start going down. But it doesn't seem to go away. Okay. So we have the Carrot Sword. Does 10 damage, a sword that receives plus 4 damage every sword put in the hall. Ah. Okay. I am a sucker for games that have mechanics where you can, like, slowly escalate things. But that's stuff in the hall only. Alright, so we don't really have a lot of space for you. Go ahead and chuck you here just to have you somewhere. Wild roses, these are the ones that we get the roses as well, but they also have a slowing effect. So I guess put one of those over here. What does it mean if they steal your swords, you drop... Yeah, no, the idea then would be, you'd probably be correct that if they do successfully manage to get away with my, if they manage to get away with the stuff there, then I would take a damage penalty. Alright, so let's see if we can't get some heckin' damage. Alright, so I want to get sprinklers and all that the next day, but that's okay. Where? I see him be attacked by something from a distance. Oh, there you go. You're up here. On the right. Where? Oh, you're stuck in the tree. Okay. Alright, Strawberry Diamond. Strawberries will sell for more. Boomerang damage, so we get a bigger boomerang that does more damage. And then the Pinwheel, which I've already got 3 good weapons. I'll just sell the Pinwheel if we get the Pinwheel. It's funny when there's a group of the same names, like me and your quadruple brothers attacking together. Sometimes you just have to do that. Oh man, I just realized the channel redeem thing, my activity feed for stream, is every single one of those is showing up there. Alright, so we got the powered up boomerang. Yeah, so when we switch games, I can just go and just basically like purge the whole list. Yeah, so definitely getting the boost there. We had so haste, increased movement speed and dash speed. We can oh, that's for the TMN is for my flowers, the ones that do the damage. So I can boost their range and damage. And then watermelons will grow, like, they're just watermelon seeds. Alright, cool. Alright. So sell those. One, 2. So put you there. And upgrade you. Put you here. And see if I overlap them if it does anything. I don't know. Okay. Knock back the grass real quick. Alright, so once we get to harvest those things, we're gonna be saving our, we're gonna be saving the, what's the word I'm looking for? We're gonna be saving all the carrots to boost my damage. And that the hope will be that by saving all that and getting all the extra damage, it'll be ridiculous. So I got 6 more waves until this round's over. I could also kind of go for having like a broad arrow being like, oh, there's a treasure this way. I know that kind of spoils the exploration a little bit, but it just kind of takes a little while to walk around. And, you know, it doesn't really feel that meaningful to just explore, to go, oh, I didn't find anything. And then because the boundaries are a little hard to tell, I could definitely go for it just being like, oh, there's a treasure chest that way, or oh no, there's raccoons that way. Like, it doesn't need to mark everything, but like a couple of things like that would be nice. Check those in there, they're worth almost nothing. We can go in here. Sell you 2. And that gives me 25. If I put a sprinkler there, it would give those 2 carrots boosts. Yep, and then we got those ones up there, the only ones not boosted right now. They're using numbers. Okay, that was a heck of a lot. Alright, so beehive, carrot, coins, or sprinklers. So the meta progression, 2 sprinklers or a beehive. Honestly, any of these are good. Like, this one gives me the meta progression. These 2 I'll either use sprinklers to open up more crop areas or put the beehive between some stuff I already have for the boosts. I definitely feel like in these kind of games, it's almost always passives are the first thing you go for when you have the opportunity, because they carry forever versus just chucking down one plant. Yeah, so it's definitely got some pretty far tower defense leanings. More so than I realized. I actually didn't know it was gonna have tower defense at all. But that's fine. Alright, strawberry demand. Strawberries will sell for more. Bite back when someone's stealing stuff. A rose sword. Rare. Item infused with the petals of the ancient rose. Last combo slash deals 1 extra damage depending on the amount of wild rose towers you have, up to 20. I don't know what its base damage is, but we do have 2 rose towers. But we are also leaning on getting the carrot one that has... where I can just keep boosting the carrot. So I'm not sure which is the right choice. Alright, boomerang. We can make the boomerang better. Or we can make it so that the crops stolen can't be stolen immediately. They have to get back. So bigger boomerang with more distance, or whichever. The only one that's not super useful is the potting plant. Alright, so we got the invisible return. Okay, so carrots go in here. So it's plus 4 damage per carrot. And it does reflect the tooltip. So the rare sword is substantially higher damage. So the last combo slash deals 1 extra damage, only the last one. So that's 35 per hit. This is 25 per hit, but 2 shots. So I'm honestly probably going to stick with the wand, because the wand will scale better. Because I'm effectively doing 50 damage per hit instead of the 25 or whatever it is. Now, granted, it doesn't take into consideration attack speed and yada yada, which we don't know. And this is the last one we're selling. And I can't sell you for any amount of money, so I might as well hold on to you. We'll put that on my bar and we'll see what we think. Okay. So 2 carrots here. A bunch more over there. We're going deep. We're going all the way. All right. I can sell the bottle. That's not quite enough for 1 more carrot, and that's probably not going to be relevant. All right, so I got some damage bonus, not enough to over... overwhelm a lot, so please stop beating up my defense plants. I didn't even see the one that got away with the crops. I saw one picking up the crops. I didn't see it escape. Alright, well. So I can go over here. We got a bigger backpack. Is it true? Are you the one who rebuilt my house? Thank you so much. My name is Sally. When the raccoons attacked, I was so scared. Now just for me, but for my little Cinnamon too. But now I have a place to call home again. It's not too much. Please take this. Full jacket. Cosmetic available in the backpack. I'll see you around, farmer. Cosmetic available in the backpack? Oh, here. Excellent. Oh wait, did it not? There we go. That's the important detail in life. Oh, farmer, how could I help you? Shop. You all cost too much. Get out of here. Alright. So we definitely have time for one more go. Okay. So let's see if we can't beat one and just see what happens. So we'll drop back to norm, or back to easy. Now I got a better idea of how this whole thing works. Cover this side. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to use our earlier crops to invest. I'm going to go on the hopes that we do get ourselves a, the carrot sword later. And lean in on that. That's enough raccoons for you. That's fair. I've also found I just don't really like taking the time to pick up the stink bombs. They do seem to be pretty okay. But the fact that I have to like run around each day and just go grab them, I'd rather they be like, okay, you've got 2 available or whatever. Basically, I'm finding the exploration side of the game I'm less interested in. Just because, again, the boundaries are very hard to tell, like, where the edge of the map is. And by and large, it feels like I'm walking around to pick up pennies. But the actual defense things, the berry bushes keep getting returned repeatedly. Well, you have to buy seeds and carrots every time, right? Yes. That's the reason why I was grabbing all the carrot or the strawberries before. Is like, okay, these are just gonna keep paying me out forever. You know, pay once, wait for them to grow, and keep getting my return. I have noticed a lot of the not strawberry things do kind of have a little bit better rate of pay though. The strawberries are only like 4 gold each, while stuff like the carrots are like 11 and 12, so there's a little give and take there. I should get a sprinkler right away for the synergy XP. I have noticed the wild blueberries are not worth anything, hardly. Yeah, so you're not as strong as my wand, so I'll just get rid of you. Okay, so we pulled up all the grass and got ourselves our strawberry seed. mean, they do the same damage. That one has a damage over time effect. I still don't understand how that works. The other one has a damage over time effect, but I've just found with the way the game works, you don't really have much opportunity to capitalize on the damage over time effect. Like, if it's a much stronger effect, I think it'd be hit the enemy when you see the damage over time, just go do something else. But it doesn't seem very strong. Because I have to get, like, right in there, I might as well finish the job. Alright, towers, sprinkler, confirm. Alright. Okay. And actually, for that matter, give me those 3. Let's sell those. Because the blueberries work perfectly fine for me to just chuck in there and leave there. They're not really worth anything, from what I was seeing. So it works well enough to kind of hold the fort, so as far as having something in there. And what's your damage? So you're 22. I'll try giving the pinwheel another go. And grab you to chuck more stuff into my pile. Because they're only worth 1 gold each. Okay, so we got some synergy XP. Alright, so we got Symbiotic Reap, which is where we gain extra... Basically, we level up faster, is what this is. We get more rolls of this dice. This just makes it so once they steal stuff, they can't steal it until it gets back. And then this is the boomerang, which goes after my mouse. It does a bit extra damage. These 2 are pretty good. The Invisible Return is convenient. Like, none of these are bad. I think this one's the most fun early on, especially since we're only on Wave 3, just because I can get that much more XP to get that many more levels and passives and all that. The early invest in your economy, as it were. We'll chuck the carrots in there. We can sell your stuff. Let's run over to you. Upgrade the sprinkler. Replace the carrots. All right, let's not mess with them without some like really strong range damage, because the last time they just utterly well, actually, I have no money, and my only penalty for death appears to be losing half of my money. Okay, that actually works okay. If I just kind of rush in and don't give a chance to do anything. It might be the scene that they're kind of a ranged counter. Actually, honestly, with this, now you got carrots in there. Let's get her money. And go over here. It doesn't seem to let me shift or control click over. There's probably a button I need to just find. Alright, so we've got that all synergied. So let's go over here. Let's grab another sprinkler. Plant it up here. We got a little bit more. Let's see. You're the artist behind Rabbit Hole. Just wanted to say thanks for checking out our game. Yeah, no, like there's actually been a number of compliments about the art. So, like, definitely be absolutely proud of it, because 100%, it's very, like, it's kind of this fun, cute, endearing kind of art. I'm very much appreciating it. So it's good to have you. Alright, so let's go... and whack you a few times. Isn't that cool? You love the spawn, the raccoons? Yeah, absolutely. No, I am having fun. Alright, so we've got the bite back. Carrots coins worth more. So I think the carrot coins would synergize... Oh, wait, that's carrot coins more. Oh, that's just a ton of carrot coins. That's a meta progression. We're just going to get a big pile. So this is objectively the right answer. This one on the right is objectively the right answer. I mean, chat probably chose left. They did. Well. Alright. So you can get 15 carrot coins. I already have a pinwheel, or we can get the invisible return, which is the thing that makes it so the enemies can't steal the items until they get back to the hall. So... we have two objectives, pick wrong and tie the pole. That's fair. I haven't seen it's, I'm assuming there's been several instances where people have tried to tie it, and I'm assuming it just goes with one of them when that happens. Alright. That's meta progression. I'll put you in there in case I get the carrot sword. Alright, so let's go ahead and... break all the grass for our little bits of extra cash. And we'll see there's other enemies we can kill. Alright. Get more gold from that. We could sell this trash and probably get ourselves a little bit more progress.
Thank you, Right, for subscribing for 51 months. Sub.
Hey, Right, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. That's 51 months you've been subbed to channel. I really do appreciate it. Not a whole lot. Checking out the rabbit hole. And for those who didn't catch earlier, that this is coming out in about 2 days. So, if you're looking for it, you can check that out. This is the demo version I'm playing right now. Let's see. So I've got 4 here we can go. Let's start filling that in. So we'll get one of the defensive towers. 3 more carrots. I'll grab some strawberries for some better economy. I meant to put this in the air spot, but it's okay. I've already committed. And I'll go up here for the next one. Alright.
Thank you, Berninson1, for subscribing for 50 months. Choo choo.
Yep. Choo choo. And thank you, Burnstar, for the tier 1 sub. Been subbed to the channel for 50 months, and for triggering that hype train. I do appreciate it. I do hope you've been enjoying your emotes and your advertisement previewing. And in thanks for that, I have murdered you in the game. Alright, so we've got a lot of carrot coins for meta progression. 2 sprinklers or a beehive. Another Stardew? What? This is definitely way more tower defense and combat oriented than anything Stardew. I do have to water the crops though. That is the big overlap for Stardew. Plus, I'm getting commit violence against Chad, and I don't get to do that very often. Alright, so for one accessibility thing, this pulsing on the corners, that is potentially faux pas when it comes to accessibility. That can mess with people who get motion sickness. It's one that a lot of games include that all you need is an option to turn it off. Pretty much anything like that. It's up there with like motion blur and smooth cam and all those kind of things. If you're gonna implement it, give a button to turn it back off to. Because I get the idea about you want to communicate to the player being like, hey, we know this little bar down here is easy to overlook. Let's do like a full effect so you can really notice it. And that's not a bad idea. It's just specifically having the dithering on the edges of the screen and all that. It's not dithering, what's the word I'm looking for? But having that effect on the edge of the screen can trigger people's motion sickness. I'll put you down here. Alright. Keep stacking them carrots. Hi there, the rabbit roll. It happens. Words are hard. Okay, so we'll go sell. Alright, so we got 1, 2. Alright, so we got 2 crops we want to just immediately make as a priority. I want a sprinkler. I want that. There we go. What I'm trying to do here is have a bit of a more balanced approach this time. But I'm leaning hard in the hopes that we, get the carrot sword again. So I'm trying to get as many carrots as we can in here, because every carrot I get in there is 4 more damage. And my hope is I could scale that sucker up to where I'm walking up and just hitting things for like 100-something damage. Because so far, that's been the only, like, proper opportunity for stacking damage I've seen. Okay. So we have the Grass Blade, TMN Boost, or the Pine Plants. This is my towers, more range. This makes a little thing that orbits me every couple seconds that does damage. And then the Pine Plant lets me pick up a plant and move it and drop it someplace else without killing the plant, which I'll just sell it because while there is certainly use cases for it, it's just not something I particularly bothered with. And boosting my towers. Thank you. Okay. Rose Steel, so that'll be a better sword for us. We can get beehives, or we can get the thing where they do damage when enemies steal food and I stop them. It'll explode them. I haven't found that one to be particularly useful because the enemies never seem bunched up enough to really take advantage of that. That's what I'm finding with a lot of the area of effect stuff is it's not till the way later waves that they start to bunch up. And then usually by then I haven't found the damage to be that meaningful. I'm sure there's strategies you can get it to work. I just haven't run into too much of it myself. Alright, so let's go ahead and we can drop off the carrots. So it's 35 versus 22. So let's get rid of the pinwheel in this. So I got 17 to work with, and I got 1, 2, 3 crops we want to replace. I'm just gonna chuck these in here because we can. That was dumb. There's not that many days left. It's fine. Who needs to math when we can just make mistakes? Let's not get caught up hitting them way back here. Let's get back towards the middle. Okay. So we can get sprinklers, we can get the grass blade that orbits us again. Yeah, it definitely feels like the moment you get the option to get the extra synergy XP, that really for scaling your runs the best. It feels like one of the main strategies would be to get the synergy set up as early as you can, because that's what gives you your effectively your rolls like this, your XP, and then to get the XP bonus, and then just kind of snowball that to try and get as much as you can out of it. Alright, I figured that was going to be it, because that's the more interesting of our options. Tough yield, passive income. Enemies take an additional 20% longer to eat, and will take 20% more damage while eating. Okay. We can get movement speed, decrease amount of space the hull takes up, which I still don't fully understand, because we haven't gotten that yet. And we got tough yield, which that's the first time we've seen that one. Okay, so haste. Haste is a nice one. In almost every game, getting movement speed is a plus. The only exception is some games where they let you just keep stacking it. There's definitely a point where you get yourself going. So you can make yourselves even faster. Get extra carrots, or we can get it where the enemies can't steal our crops until they get back to the hall. Alright. And more speed. Cool. Alright, so I've got 12 extra of those. Let's go here. We can sell all the surplus here. Before we go and buy... That's... Okay, well that crop lives there now. We have one spot that isn't taken up by a crop. Alright, but what I'm going to actually do here is for 25, I can buy this sword. That sword now does 58 damage because we've been stacking stuff. So I'll go ahead and get rid of the rose sword. So I'll plant you. So I should have 4 more days left. So we should be able to get those out, and then that'll be it. We won't be able to get more stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just go for it and try and carry. Without any of our stuff. Oh. Free seed. Do a quick run around. Even more damage. So yeah, so where last time was like, oh, that's 25 plus 25 because it's 2 projectiles, I'll use that. In this particular case of what we're doing now, it's an entirely different equation. Because with all the stacking we're doing on this sword, we're already up to 58 damage. I'm about to put 3 more carrots, and each carrot is an extra 4 damage. I do really, really enjoy in games, and you have like those stacking effects. Especially games that they have like affliction builds and all that, so you can put like a bleed or a poison or whatever. and that the idea is your bleed or poison does crap all damage when you start. But, you know, after your third, fourth, fifth, whatever stack of it, it starts to get pretty menacing. Okay, and now it's 70 damage. Sell these. All right. Oh, hey, that time it actually went out. Cool. Yeah, no, absolutely. There's something about, like, the games where you have that build where you kind of, like, you know, it takes a little finesse, and if you leave it too long, it drops off. You have to kind of restart building up your stacks and all that. Alright, we can go and boost our sprinkler immediately. And I have enough to... Alright. I have a lot of damage now. I'm also seeing a lot of burning suns. Okay, so we got carrot demand. So carrots will sell for more, or strawberries will sell for more, or a pot I won't use. Now the catch is, I've only got 4 or 3 days left. So there's no point in me buying any more of the crops to plant, because we'll basically run out of time before I can harvest. So we're kind of in the wind down of, I want to put all of my money into defense now, and not bother with any more on the, like, money-making economy side. Like, obviously stuff like that's fine, because I'll sell the strawberries and get my money's worth. Okay, so we can go even faster. Carrot coins or a sword I'm gonna sell. I also appreciate when games let you infinitely stack something to your own detriment. They're like, hey, you want more movement speed? I'll give you 5% more movement speed. Hey, you want more movement speed? What if you got 5% more movement speed? Until you get to that point where you're like 600 or 700% movement speed and go, hang on, I can't actually control my character anymore. I may have flown too close to the sun on this one. But there's something to say when a game doesn't have the fear. Alright, so our sword's damage is now up to 94. We are pretty hurt. So I'm going to go ahead and nibble on a strawberry. So again, that takes 4 days to grow. I got 3 days. So it literally holds no value for me anymore. So I'll go ahead and sell that. What I will grow, though, is we can lean in on getting some of these. So I'll grab you. I'll grab one of you. So put you here. Okay, we can unlock better colonies and all that. Alright. What are you up to? 94 damage. So nearly twice the damage of the highest damage thing we've seen other than the sword. But it did require giving up a lot of cash to just sit on a bunch of carrots. So there's like an opportunity cost for it. But, you know, being able to scale is always a huge thing. And also that opportunity cost, one of the things I could have spent a bunch of money on would be potentially defenses. Oh, that's fine. Oh, hey. Got you there. Alright. I'm doing enough damage. I could two-shot the tankier ones. Now granted, we did drop back to easy just so we can see what happens when we win one. Alright, so we can get even faster. Or sprinklers. I already know what chat wants. It's very clear what chat wants. Oh hey, you know where I was saying I couldn't really see how the map was working? That's what this is. I was curious what this is, so it's showing me up here and showing that to the right and to the up are open, whereas the rest of these tiles are closed. Okay. That's certainly not bad. That's not something, because I was saying it's hard to see where the edges of the map were. I just hadn't noticed that was like a mini map up there. Okay, we instantly got another one, so we can get a beehive, watermelon seeds that won't have enough time to grow, or the grass blades being stronger. The only wrong answer is the watermelon seeds, because they take 6 days to grow and there's only 2 days left until we're done with the round. But yeah, so it definitely feels like some of the strategies are you could lean into strawberries for the economy side of things and just keep scaling up to try and bring out as much money as quickly as possible to scale. You can go for the carrots for like scaling the weapon. The watermelon slows stuff down. I haven't seen anything that seems to have a strong synergy with the watermelon, but it could be that with the synergy stuff, there might be certain plants and whatever that do that. Dual wand. A wand with 2 points shoots 2 projectiles. Yeah, the problem is it's only 14 damage. I'm doing almost 100 damage right now. So you're only worth 1. I'm going to actually sit on the seeds and just see if I keep them in my bag, will it make literally any difference to anything? Yeah, so that's a mini-map is all it's going. Okay. Now that I know that, that's not so bad. Oh, just regular raccoons? You're getting so murdered. Hey. Alright. So I've got a ton of money. So let's sell all of you. Alright, so is there anything to upgrade here? So we're already good there. I can't upgrade you yet. So let's go over here and go towers. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1. Alright, that's basically us spent for right now. get back to the middle here. Okay, so you can get even faster, or more tower range, or a thing we're not using. You need to tell a gamer about this game to keep an eye on? Oh, okay. Yeah, so you can get even more movement speed, or boost the range and damage of our towers. Or a thing that doesn't really matter. Now, what I don't know is, do we... Oh, the number of waves left. So I think I have just one more wave. Cool. So I think we're at the point... I don't think I'm going to be buying any more... or selling any more of our stuff. We can get a beehive colony, a potting plant, or a sprinkler. The beehive colony is probably the only one that'll do anything worthwhile. The sprinklers, sure. Oh, I'm sorry, Server Lore. Yeah, no, absolutely. Hi, I didn't mean to miss it. Just when you get into the waves and all that, you kind of get fully distracted and all stuff. Yeah, no, if you redeem the thing for spawning the raccoons, you show up as a raccoon so I can murder you. So if you've ever wanted to be murdered on stream, we can make that happen for you if you'd like. Just Twitch things. Alright. We got a pretty generous pile. Our carrot sword is now up to 120 damage, roughly. We'll sell all the literal garbage. Alright, we'll take a peek up here. That takes care of this area. We'll check the area off to the right. Oh, did we open up a new area? Oh, looks like we opened up a new area over here, too. Which currently has nothing in it. Alright. Okay. Alright, so like I said, all the actual produce. Hand weapon. It's an ancient self-defense tool. It's too large for the everyday rabbit. Why is it so big? Does extra damage when at full health. Oh wow, it does 40 damage. I'm currently doing 120. It does make me imagine if you get larger, like more waves, you could probably stack up the carrot sword to a absurd degree. Okay. How many raccoons do we spawn, and how is it sustainable? So there's a set number of waves, or a set number of raccoons per wave, and I think it's just putting you all in a queue. Oh, here's the magic strong ones, and it's dead in 2 hits because her damage is... Oh, it's a giant raccoon. Okay. Let's go deal with that. I don't know what it does, and I don't want to find out. Okay. It hurt like hell, but I murdered it in half a second because her damage is absurd. Yeah, imagine going this build. Alright, so we won. This killed you? Yes, I did. You finished all the waves. Alright, crops delivered gave me 23 of the meta progression. Days completed gave me 11 meta progression. Haul delivery bonus gave me 3. I don't really know what that means. So we got 37 points in the meta progression. So literally the redeems you all got, where it was like 15 and 25, was worth more than the finishing the whole thing. Congratulations on winning easy mode. You received Sprout, a cosmetic item available for your backpack. Alright. So let's go to building the house. Congratulations, winning an easy mode, you received a backpack expansion. You talk to the mayor. Incredible work, farmer. The town is already looking brand new. No way I could have done that on my own. This is at least all I could give you in his return. Congratulations on winning easy mode, you received a Touch Me Not's Tower at Gerald's shop. Congratulations on winning easy mode, you received a frog hat cosmetic. Cheerio! What's that noise? And thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I don't know, I can't move. I guess we'll never know what the noise is. And thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. So, it would seem we may have hit a bug. I noticed I couldn't bring my inventory up when I got back. It wasn't letting me. So I think something's gotten a little unhappy that escape and all that's not working. We're gonna try canceling out of the game and giving it one quick over to see if we at least get closure on that. But it is the demo version, so very likely it'll maybe too many raccoons. That's all it is just like as a surprise. Alright, so is it gonna start where we left off, or is it gonna start new? I suspect it's gonna start new, being a demo. No? Okay, so the houses are all there. My inventory is working again. We wear a frog hat. Thank you for your help. What's that noise? Okay, so clearly that's broken. Are you still drinking the awesome no sugar still? No sugar cola? Awesome no sugar cola? Do you like raccoons? I mean, raccoons are cool animals. I'm not the biggest fan in the sense that they tear up my garden and dig into my trash. I have to zip tie my trash can closed, so that part's a little annoying. But they're cool animals otherwise. That's okay, because we were getting ready to kind of wrap up the segment. I'm willing to bet we've probably about hit the end of the demo. Because the sound is the game breaking. Yeah, my assumption is this is about where, I imagine he hears the sounds of window error message. Yeah, my assumption of what would be happening here is that we would have, like, you know, oh, you've made all this progress. You know, check out the full version when it comes out in 2 days. But yeah, so it does appear the demo's broken here. But that's okay. Because like I said, we're kind of hitting the end of that time segment as well. I feel like we did a good job of like checking out like the initial story. We kind of have an idea of how the game loop works, where it's, you know, it's basically a tower defense, which I did not, from the trailer, wasn't super clear. Maybe it was in the tags and all, I missed that. But still, like, the idea is you like build the little town, you progress the story, and you go out there, and you've got a tower defense that has a roguelite mechanics and all that kind of stuff. I'm honestly expecting that we'll see more meta progression outside in the town, like we had the shopkeeper where it could unlock certain towers and all that in the future. My assumption is also there would be more varieties of crops in the full version. Because I didn't see distinctly anywhere in the UI where it's like, not available in this version or anything like that. I didn't see that present anywhere. So my assumption is anything that is not in the demo version would just show up. So with that said, we are going to go ahead and call it on that part of the stream, the sponsored segment and all that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is if you're on the YouTube side of the stream is going to come down. And that's because I'm going to be switching over to Factorio here in just a second. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I very much enjoyed it. Oh no, stream's not over. Stream's not over.